Kampala, and we are going this way through Mukono and Lugazi. This is Mabera Forest Reserve. It's like one of the biggest last fragments of Central African forests.
Got a morning call a bit earlier than expected, around 7 o'clock, that there was a cobra in the tree, but lo and behold it's a Jameson's mamba, and it's usually quite hard to find them. So it's day 2. Caught a Jameson's mamba this morning. Now back the Jamesons for a bit later. We are cruising through the jungle along the river here, looking for rhino viper. Super exciting.
Gaboon viper.
Woo! So we've been walking for about 3-4 hours now, and William just spotted a juvenile gaboon adder. These are specialist camouflage, super cryptic coloration. I mean, I wouldn't have spotted it. Great find, William. So, still day 2, and Living Zoology, Mathieu and Susanna have organized an amazing gift for the village, and this is the second time they're coming here. So they got a big donation from a couple of the people back in Czech Republic for clothing, and from all the way from kids all the way up to adults. It's really good to give back to these villagers and to show them that you know what we're doing here, and busy with the snakes, trying to educate them as well as kind of give them a happy feeling. So really cool, well done Living Zoology. So it starts. Now they're going to make a nice long queue. See how well that works.
So cool. So the rough-scaled bush viper, Ateres hispida, probably the first record from this locality. Oh wow! Hold. Okay, you should show this to us tomorrow.
We're on day 3. We're just walking to go do our morning shoot, and we were walking past, and William got shouted for a pangolin, so we were very excited. My first pangolin would have been my first pangolin ever, and unfortunately the little guy has died during the night. It's really sad. It's a white-bellied tree pangolin, and it's been collected for the zoo or sale for European or wherever. China, Chinese guys will buy these guys. It's the most trafficked animal in the world. It's very sad to see this. It's a beautiful, beautiful animal. So after scouting 3 different locations, this will probably be the best location to handle the mamba, to get the footage. We don't want any panic stations. We want it to be as calm, cool, as collected as possible. So it's day 6 today. We just headed out from the village with the big gaboon adder, the big female gaboon, and we're going to take it to a suitable spot to show you guys how impressive this massive snake is. Mattia, how's the mama gaboon treating you?
Oh, Mama Gaboon is quite naughty. She's sometimes striking at me, so I'm keeping my distance because she's not in the mood for any cuddling or things like that. So yeah, but otherwise she's beautiful, she's really nice, and we are enjoying this meeting with her, so it's perfect.
So we just finished with the gaboon, and it's very, very, very hot out here. We're all very hungry, and the gents have gone and got us some jambula. It's like jungle grapes. Wow, this is what we've been looking for. This is a variable bush viper. So, just found this variable bush viper, amazing species. So here we're pretty much standing between the village there. You can see the first little mud hut through there, and then just over there is the forest. So these forests are very important resources for medicine, food, and medical advancements in terms of treating diseases and creating cures. So it's really important to be preserving these pristine areas of pocket, or these pristine pockets of wilderness around the world, especially in the rainforests like the Central Africa and South America, which are highly diverse in these special medicinal plants. So it's time to find these 2 species of chameleon and show you guys how beautiful they are. The Elliott's chameleon is very similar to the dwarf chameleons down in Southern Africa. I've had the chance to see the Midlands dwarf as well as the Knysna dwarf chameleon. And then the other one, the helmeted chameleon, is more of a horn-crested type of chameleon and a little bit bigger, more robust species. But both very beautiful, both very different. So let's see what we can find. Here's a beautiful male. So I was able to find these guys very quickly because I mean we are staying here in the campsite. So we'll start with the little one. You can see he's a little bit stressed out compared to when I found him. He's going a little bit more black. The female here is a lot more relaxed than the male. She's a lot lighter coloration. As we know, chameleons change color. There's a little bit of a sexual dimorphism between the two. You can see the male is quite a dark color, quite green, and then this little juvenile is they're usually a little bit more cryptically colored, a lot more brown, and they come into their adult coloration as they get a bit older. So they don't get much bigger than this. They average between kind of 10 to 17 centimeters in size. These are also not territorial chameleons. They're actually very happy to live in small family groups. As you can see, they don't bother each other here too much. Chameleons, as we know, are color changes, but they don't change color according to what they're sitting on. They change color according to their mood. So if a chameleon's angry or it's feeling threatened, it will darken itself. If it's feeling happy or territorial towards another animal, it will flash its bright colors. Now at night as well, very interestingly, most chameleons, they will head over to the smallest, tiniest little branch or leaf. These little guys, at night, you actually find them clinging onto the inside fold of the leaves, and they go onto the extremities of the branches and whatnot to be able to keep away from predators. These guys, distribution-wise, they occur in lowland shrubs, woodland areas, and kind of more higher savanna, which is where we are at the moment. So that's enough of the helmeted chameleon. I think it's time to go and look if we can find the Elliott's chameleon, the little dwarf Elliott's chameleon. So we walked over to the second location where we spotted the Elliott's chameleon. It's in these little fields here. It was easy back in the village because we knew what bushes to look in. Now it's a little bit more vague. We know what field they're in, but we don't know what bushes. So after looking for about 10-15 minutes, lo and behold, I found a little Elliott's chameleon. Look at that. So this is the Elliott's chameleon. They're very similar to the dwarf chameleons that I've seen down in South Africa. The two I've experienced, there's the Midlands dwarf as well as the Knysna dwarf chameleon. They have a very similar body structure. Now these Elliott chameleon have got the white little stripe down the both flanks of their bodies, and he's got these two rather black dots on his neck. So now these guys don't get much bigger than this. This is almost fully grown. They average between kind of 8 to 12, 13 centimeters. And these are also viviparous. They give birth to live young. They're really, really beautiful. They sit out here in these lowland shrubs and fields, and they feed on all the little insects and things that breed around here. Chameleons are actually very well adapted to more dry and arid regions. They get a lot of their moisture content from their food, as well as in the morning when it's a little bit cooler, some dew will settle either on their skin or on the leaves around them, and they'll lick it off themselves or off the branches and the shrubs that they're sleeping in. Cool guys, so it's time to release this beautiful mamba. She's done amazing work with us. She's really been an absolute gem. So it's time to return it to the rainforest. Let's do it. Bye bye my girl. Awesome, mamba back in the forest, everybody's happy.
Yeah, but yeah, we are so happy.
So it's our last day here in the village. We're going to head to the next location now. Just need to go and release the last juvenile gaboon and get one last drone flight. So we'll go find a nice location to release her, get the drone flight, and then we're out of here. It's our last walk in this beautiful jungle / forest. I'm really going to miss it. It's so beautiful here. The lush green vegetation, all the plants and trees, and just the denseness of it all is just amazing. I constantly feel like you're just enclosed by nature and its beauty, so it's been really awesome. So it's pretty awesome. William remembers pretty much exactly where we caught the gaboon, so we're going to release her in pretty much the exact same location, which recent studies have found for certain species of snakes is actually quite important. If you don't release them in a close enough proximity to where they were caught, they can actually be a little bit lost and get a bit disorientated and actually eventually die. So very important to release the animal where it was found. My favorite African proverb that I actually wear around my wrist is that you don't teach new paths of the forest to an old gorilla. Well, here's the old gorilla. He knows exactly where to go.
Yeah.
And this is exactly where we found the gaboon. So that's awesome news. Cool, so it's gaboon releasing time. I'm going to leave the honor to the expedition leader Matej to release this beautiful juvenile gaboon.
It's a great moment to release a snake like this back to the wild. I always